Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece episode 637 review. That is 637 of One Piece. So as you can see right here, I'm gonna do this in a few. Actually, I'm gonna do this right after I do this One Piece episode review. I'm gonna do the Patreon prize giveaway thingy, and basically they're gonna win this. That's the way it is. So if you want a chance to try and win something like this, go down in the box below, patreon.com. Oh my god, I'm so sore. Sign up. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big boy. Big boy. Big boy. Alright. Now, that being said, okay, I'm sore, so cut me some slack here, right? Excuses. This week's episode of One Piece. Yo. Hello. Oh my goodness. Now, I want to kind of end on this, alright? I kind of do because I think it's like one of the best things ever, but because it's just cool how there's mad hype. There's mad hype on this old man. Like, whoa, like, there's mad hype. And Gar beat this old man. Keep that in mind. Gar beat Don Chinjao. Alright? He even says, like, he almost killed me. But there's a legend. And you're like, oh no, like the legends. So, like I said in the last review, because they already got to the legend part, obviously this episode rating is going to get at least a good. However, there are a few. Let me mention the negatives first. All right, first of all, the first negative. This to me is a significant issue in the anime, where they just completely botched and ruined Luffy's Gear Second. So, there's a scene, obviously, in which you see Luffy and he gets behind the Don Chin, and he basically just punches him in the back of the head. And Chinjao gets up like it's nothing, like whatever, fine, like not bad, but you guys are still green. You're still green around the ears, greenhorns. However, in the manga, it didn't go down like that. What happened in the manga was that Luffy actually uses a Gear Second, you know, like the same thing that he did against the Pacifista. He does the same thing against Don Chinjao. He does the same exact thing. One hand Gear Second. That's what he does. And so imagine that. A Pacifista is made out of Wappo metal, and you know, Wappo metal, of course, far more durable than steel. Very tough stuff. And Luffy was able to one-shot a Pacifista with ease. This shit, it exploded. He does the same thing to Don Chinjao. And Don Chinjao just gets up. And that's it. So, my issue here is that because the anime is botching, ruining the Gear Second, mitigating the training that Luffy went through for the past 2 years, it does take away a lot of the, I guess, suspense or awe when it comes to the episode itself. It really does. So that's the first negative. The second negative is that when it comes to the... Okay, alright, fine. So, I remember this too. When it came to the actual scene where the Don starts to attack Luffy and Cavendish, he did it way more headbutts. I mean, you see him and for some reason, I have no idea why. No, I do know why. Because they're different anime, like, the storyboard of the episode has different animators per scene. Something like that. Like, there's a whole cluster of animators that actually take part in certain scenes. And I'll get to that real quick. But the thing is that when it came to the scene of Don Chinjao, and he's just punching them, like, punch, 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 punch. I'm like, dude, like, you did way more headbutts. Like, you were in there. Like, you were like, yeah. He was in there, man. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what the hell just happened. Like, this is some bullshit. Like, Chinjao should have done way more headbutts. So those are my only two negatives in the entire episode. Because even though normally the pacing is like, you know, however, in this episode, the pacing actually wasn't bad at all. And they actually focused on the episode, like, they actually focused on the Block B stuff after the whole Don Chinjao stuff. So let me go to the animation. Now, the animation at the beginning, it was mediocre at best, subpar at best. However, the animation, when it came to the actual Block B stuff, was actually fairly well done. Particularly the Blue Gilly stuff, where you see him raise the leg, and his leg is like moving, yeah, and it goes, you know, so that was pretty cool. The after images. Then there is the scene in which we have Ricky, and Ricky is just spanking. Ricky is just straight up murking, and it's pretty damn cool. I can't deny that. And he has some serious speed. Ricky has some serious speed. But the best scene, when it came animation-wise, was Bellamy. Bellamy was phenomenal. Now, when I'm see, I got a PM last week, right, on the 17th, and it was from an individual by the name of Shuriki. Shuriki 192. I'm probably butchering your name. I apologize. But this individual told me that the person who actually did the animation for the Bellamy and the Jet and Abu Dalla stuff was this person named Yoshikazu. And Yoshikazu apparently was the same person who also animated the Zoro versus Kuma, the docking. Now, if you don't know what the docking is, the docking Thriller Bark, where you have Frankie and you have Usopp and you have... They docked, man. And Robin refused to dock because it would have been too inappropriate. Sanji was like, yeah, man, you know, you should have docked. But, you know, so that's the same person that did the same scenes in this, in the Bellamy stuff. And it was very nice. It was a very nice scene because Bellamy, Bellamy, man. I mean, he did get better, that's for sure. Because you see, these guys, Abu Dalla, I mean, whatever his name is, alright, and Jet, they're not like, they're fodder. They're clearly fodder, but they're New World fodder. So they're a fodder above the norm fodder that we're used to in the Grand Line in the East Blue. And, I mean, they took out Tank, but they took out Tank in like some underhanded shit. And after they take out Tank, and they're like, yeah, who wants next? Yeah. And like the one guy's looking at sword, and they're cowards. They love it. Bellamy actually does the springboard. He first condenses his coils, like, and like, the pressure is so strong where the rocks start to like levitate for like a few seconds, and then he bounces off into the air. Then he pulls like a skywalk. He pulls like a Genpo. For like, I don't know how that happened exactly, but he pulled like a Genpo with his springs, and then he bounces back towards Jet and the other guy. He has two daggers. He slams them. He slams the two daggers into their feet. So they, of course, yell and scream in pain. And in that moment, he bounces up, he grabs the top of their jaws, and he snaps their jaws and necks. And everyone's like, yeah, Bellamy! And I'm like, yo! Because, surprise, surprise, was actually, and this is Ichiro Oda, mind you. This is Ichiro Oda. There was actually a significant amount of blood, and I'm like, this is the One Piece anime. And there was actually a significant amount of blood there. So I'm like, yo, did I just miss something? Like, blood? What? So, that to me, I thought was actually very nice. Very nice. The best scene animation-wise by far. And pretty much, at this point in time, when it came to, so let me focus more on the Block B stuff. Then I'm going to backtrack to Chinjao. I gotta end off on Chinjao. There's no other way to say it. Block B right now is fantastic, right? I can't deny it, right? Blue Gilly's awesome. Ricky's really damn good. Bellamy's pulling out all the stops. The A-Dude and Jet, they were pretty grimy, but at the end of the day, they got the job done. Hack, also fairly interesting, actually friends with Jinbei. I don't know how many brick fist thing, because you know how like the Fisherman Karate, they gauge their attack strength on how many bricks it takes to actually, you know, like break the attack. Oh no, I'm sorry. How many bricks can be broken is a gauge, a measure for the attack strength itself. So this dude Hack is going 4,000 bricks. And I don't know how many Jinbei could do. Though I do remember that Jinbei, when he has the war in his hands, he is devastated. He's absolutely devastating. However, this dude Hack was also pretty damn good because he was actually one-shotting most of the gladiators. But Ricky was, what he was doing with like the actual like the really long sword and no shield, and the two guys try to test Ricky. And like, yeah, like, let's test him. Yeah, run. Ricky just blitzes behind them. And then does like afterwards, he's like slow. I'm like, that was nasty. But in comes Bartolomeo. Bartolomeo, yo, like what is this guy doing? Like who is this dude? Because he's taking a leak. He pulls out his genitalia. Uh-oh. He pulls out his genitals. And he begins to urinate in front of the entire audience. In front of hundreds, if not thousands of people. He starts to just urinate in the pool. And you know that the fighting fish are pissed. Like, yo, what the hell, bro? Like, what the... Yo, hey, dog, we here. What the hell is this? So, he's just taking a leak. In comes Hack. Like, yo, some of us taking this stuff serious, man. Excuse me for attacking from behind. And the way he said it, I have no idea why. I rewatched this scene like 3 times. Because the way he said it, I thought it was hilarious. Like, he was like Yuruseyo. Like the way he said it just seemed awesome. And then, like, Hack was epic for like a split second. Like, yeah, 4,000 brick, shaking. And then he punches. And you're thinking, okay, so Bartolomeo, he just goofed. No, false. Bartolomeo is still taking a leak, and all of a sudden, Hack's arm just breaks, like he hit something, and then he just falls to the ground. So this is clearly an inkling to Bartolomeo's powers, because I mean, obviously they're powers. Whether it's hockey based or Duffer based, I have no idea. Because and mind you, at the beginning of the New World, we can probably expect most unique powers to actually revolve around Devil Fruits. Not until later in the New World. So give or take like 5 or 7 years from now, however long it takes. Given that time frame, we may actually get to see more unique powers stem from hockey. And I'm telling you right now, Sanji and Zoro, Ashura and Demons, wherever they are, and then 5 Manifestation, they're clearly hockey based. So when Oda actually starts to confirm and introduce more concepts that are hockey related, for now, for the beginning of the New World, we can assume that most unique powers are Duff related. And this one, I mean, like, Hack was like a few meters away, and his hand just snaps, and he's like, oh. So Hack is clearly done. That to me is pretty obvious. And Bartolomeo, what he can do, well, again, I'll leave it up to you. Because I know what he can do because I read the manga. But I'll leave it up to you as to what he can do. And it's fascinating. It really is. Now, and of course, we have the other guys. Ricky's taking on Blue Gilly right now. And honestly, this whole thing with the King of Prudence, Elizabello 2, this better be phenomenal. Because these boys are straight up backing him like, yeah, we got you, man. We got you, bro. We got you. I'm like, yo. Like, they're straight lackeys right now. They're lackeys. They're Cybermen. It's like, come on. So, I'm just saying is that at this point in time, this King Punch better be like on some whole new levels. Like, knock out a Yoko. Yeah, we better see something crazy. And it better be animated damn well. I swear to God. If this is crappy animation, like the same guy who did the Bellamy scene should do the scene when it comes to the King Punch. If and when we see it. So, hey, I'm just saying, or someone on that level. I want no slouching during that scene. I want phenomenal stuff. Now, getting back to the scene at the beginning. Well, first of all, we actually find out that Cavendish, he's actually not a bitch. Surprise, surprise. He actually has a famous sword, a Maytol, and it's Durandal, or Durandal. And it's always twinkling and shining, like on some Kill la Kill stuff. So, it's always shining and twinkling, and basically, the Durandal, he thrusts at Chinjao, who Chinjao does like some upside-down headbutt thing. And you're thinking, okay, alright, fine, so clearly the sword's gonna win. No, false. Sword does not win. Sword loses. Head versus sword, head clearly wins. And the sword starts to bend. Now, that was impressive on his part. Cavendish's part. Because Cavendish, we haven't seen him do anything, you know, special as of late. And obviously, we're seeing that right now. So we have an inkling as to maybe some unique hockey, because all the girls see him and they start passing out. And then he has the unique sword. However, what's even more impressive is not actions but words. Words in the legend of Don Chinjao. First of all, at his peak, even though he's gotten much weaker, because apparently he sustained an injury from Garp. But a bad one too, by the way. But the thing here is that according to one of the spectators, one of the guys there, apparently Don Chinjao has at his peak, has had a bounty of well over 500 million berry. Alright, okay. So obviously that's extraordinarily high. And what I must remind you guys, is remember how, well, I don't know if you guys actually know this, but during an SBS, Oda said that NL would have like a bounty within that range. Remember how NL could control the weather and vaporize entire islands? Yeah. Like big ass islands, and it was easy. Like, as long as the weather conditions were right, it was easy for NL. It was a cakewalk. Just vaporize islands, gone. Yeah. In this case, Don Chinjao, this dude over here has a legend. And the legend is apparently he broke apart an ice continent. Over. Done. That's it. That's the review. That's the review. He broke apart an ice continent. Those are the legends. I'm out. The rating is going to be great. Peace. I'm not joking. Peace. Have a nice day. Wait, I'm sorry. I lied. That was a bona fide lie. We are not over just yet. No. No. Guess what? He broke the ice continent with a single headbutt. He broke the ice continent with a single headbutt. Now I'm done. Peace. Have a nice day. I'm sorry. I lied again. I lied twice. My bad. My B. I just remembered. Remember how Garp beat this dude? So not only did this guy, back in the day, had a 500 million berry bounty, but he could destroy an ice continent with a single headbutt, and Garp beat him. And Garp is weaker than who? Whitebeard and Goldie Roger. If the legends are true, we now have a clear indication about how strong they were in the good old days. In the days of their primes. Sengoku did say, Wiper had the power to destroy the world. Well, that was a legend. And here comes another legend where in which, oh, well, this guy could split a continent with one headbutt. So, the good old days, man. All right. Now I'm done. Okay, I'm really done though. So peace. Have a nice one.